So, what is a browser and why do I care which one I have? Well, a browser is the application you use to access the internet. Just like your email can run through Gmail or Yahoo or go through Outlook, you can have a number of different programs to get to the internet. The one I've got open on my computer right now is Google Chrome, but it's just one of the ones available. The website updatemybrowser.org will tell you which browser you are using and whether or not you are up to date. So it tells me I'm using Google Chrome and I've got the latest version 50. But there are a number of other browsers that you could potentially be using. Some of them are open for everybody and some of them are not. So Chrome is made by Google. It is open to everybody. You could download it on your computer now. Firefox is open source software made by Mozilla. It is also available to everyone. You could hit this Try Out Now button to download it on your computer. Opera is another one available to anyone. You can download it yourself for free. It's a little bit less common, so you might have trouble getting help if you have any issues online, but it is another browser that you could use. These other three are software designed for operating systems specifically. So Safari is for Apple. It comes with Apple computers, and that's who uses it. Internet Explorer is designed for PCs. It'll be the default on any PC you get, unless you have Windows 10, in which case they have updated it to be Edge, Microsoft Edge instead of Internet Explorer. But those three are all based on which kind of operating system you run. The other three are open to anybody. Now, there are a lot of things you might take into consideration when choosing what browser to use. They will all have the same basic features of making bookmarks, giving you access to the internet, helping you to download things. But there would be a number of other features that you might find in some browsers that are not available in others. Another feature that you might be concerned about is security. So these numbers here at the end of each word is indicating what version the software is on. So since its beginning, Opera has had 37 versions, whereas Safari has had 9. And this is not quite an apples to apples comparison because these pieces of software are not all the same age. Internet Explorer was made in 1995. It only has 11 versions, as opposed to Chrome, which was made in 2008 and already has 50. Usually when they put out a new version, one of the things they are updating is security. So if security is a concern of yours, you might want to go with a browser from a company that clearly updates a lot more often. Another reason you might hear people tell you to avoid Internet Explorer is security issues that it has had in the past, and that it sort of has a target on its back, being the default program on PCs. You know, most corporations would be running PCs. Those corporations might not let their employees download other browsers, which means that if you're writing malicious software and you want to hit a whole corporation, you want to write something that can get to PCs through Internet Explorer, because that will be your best shot. So that might be a reason to avoid using it and go with something such as Firefox or Chrome instead. Another thing to consider is that even if you are going to use one of the default browsers, or even if you've picked something like Chrome or Firefox and you really love it, it's great to have at least one other browser on your computer at the same time. I actually have 3 different browsers on my computer, even though Chrome is the one I use the most. And the reason is that if ever you're on a website and it just doesn't seem to be working properly, there's like a button that you think should be there but you can't see it, or you know there should be an image loading but it's not showing up, try going to that website in a different browser and seeing if it works. It actually solves the problem the majority of the time, because since browsers are updating constantly and websites are updating constantly, sometimes the website hasn't been able to sync up to the latest version of the browser and hasn't been able to fix any of those little glitches. So that's a reason you'd want to have a second browser on your computer no matter what. And like I said, I would recommend going with something such as Chrome or Firefox. Those are my 2 favorites, and they're very highly regarded. Once again, the website I went to today was updatemybrowser.org, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments.